Afternoon. This video reads regards to the 2015 and up Subaru WRX headlights. I understand that you might be having some issues with the boomerang LED light. So actually I have the socket pulled out. It's the one that's pretty much locked in here. So I'm sure you're aware how to unlock this. Just twist it, pull out. So there's just a few things I want to make sure to check with you real quick, making sure that the issue is not relating to a polarity, contact, or some sort of connectivity issue. So first things first, definitely this plastic piece right here can be slightly pulled back. You can kind of expose the wires on the bottom right here. So one thing I want to make sure is that this grommet is plugged right in. You don't see any exposed wire or any wires pulled out from here. So if all's good on this part, the next thing I just want to simply check to make sure that the issue that you're dealing with is not relating to a polarity issue. So I have the halogen T10 bulb right here, and I also have the canvas LED bulb plugged in already right here. So since everything, in terms of the polarity, is all wired up correctly or aligned correctly, all I need to do is provide power to the main connector pin, which I already found the grounding negative. Being the case, this is black wire right here, so I grounded my grounding lead wire to the black wire right here. So that pin has been grounded. All I need to do is power the red wire, which is powering this LED bulb right here. And then once I do that, you'll see it turn on, no issues. So I'm just going to put power to that. You'll see that LED bulb light up, no problem. So just on, off, on, off, on. So I'm supplying a direct power to here. So on your end, what I want to rule out, making sure that besides wiring issue, you mentioned the wire looks all good and whatnot. So the other thing I want to double check to make sure is that the entire connector right here, there's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 pins in here. I want to make sure on your end the 6 pins are all present, they're aligned, that none of them's bent or pushed back. So if this main connector looks fine, then the next part I would move on to would be actually checking the wiring lines and then also the socket piece that I was mentioning before. So we're moving on. So in an instance where the polarity is not matching, because LED bulbs are polarity sensitive, I'm just going to unplug this, rotate the bulb 180 degrees. You'll see that once I supply power again, that this bulb will not light back on, being the case that the LEDs does require polarity to be aligned correctly. So ground it one more time. Here. Alright, so I still have the power supply on. I'm just going to go supply power to the same pin. You'll see that it's not lighting on right now. This is because the polarity of the LED bulb is not aligned for it to match the positive to positive, negative to negative. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this bulb aside right here. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate the halogen T10 wedge bulb, plug it back in, which I'm assuming that you have for your stock units as well. If your stock unit, you retrofitted or changed out the bulb to put LED bulbs in there, make sure your polarity is correct. So all you need to do is flip the bulb 180 degrees and then just plug it right back in. So, sorry, just get the base of it real quick, plug it in. So halogen bulbs, they're not polarity sensitive. So either way that you plug in, the halogen bulb should just light up, no problem. So I'll demonstrate that to you right now. You see the halogen bulb light up, no issues. So if the wiring looks good, the socket looks good, the wires leading to the socket looks good, if you have access to a T10 halogen bulb, please plug it in just to check to see. Worst comes to worst, if you don't have any halogen bulbs available, you only have LED bulbs that you're using, there's actually a side marker light on here that is on the reflector portion as well. All you need to do is the socket's right here on the back. This black socket right here, might be hard to see. Just twist, unlock, pull out, you'll see another wedge bulb right there. And then you can use this wedge bulb to test this socket to piece to make sure if the issue is with the LED bulb or not. So you can unplug this bulb right here. Oops, if I can get a grip of it. Alright, unplug it, set it aside, unplug this bulb right here, reuse this bulb right here, plug it in. We got that bulb plugged in. I'm going to bench test it one more time. You'll see it light up, no problem. So one more time, I'm just going to go ahead and plug the LED bulb back in. Okay. If it doesn't light up the first instance, then I know I need to pull it out and rotate the bulb one more time. If it does light up, yeah, I need to pull it out and rotate it one more time. So I got the polarity incorrect right here. So what I'm going to do is just pull the bulb out, rotate it 180 degrees, plug it right back in. You see it light up, no problem. So if you believe that you're experiencing a bad LED bulb, how you can double check on this is actually cross-reference your other side LED bulb by removing it, moving to this side, moving this bulb to the opposite side. Of course, if it doesn't work the first instance, rotate the bulb 180 degrees, plug it right back in to double check to make sure if the issue does follow this LED bulb to this opposite side. If it does, please video document just as what I'm doing for this light for you, so that we have some evidence to show our vendor to go ahead and file the warranty replacement for the failed LED bulb. So if you can help us on your end, just regards to what your results are in terms of the troubleshooting, that will really help us work with our vendor to know what needs to be replaced. Worst comes to worst, none of this is working out for you. You still have your stock OEM units. Go ahead and plug in the parking light bulb back to your stock units. While the depot units are installed on your car, set your stock unit on top of the car and go ahead connect just the main connector to your stock connector while the depot unit is underneath and already installed. Once you connect the main connector to your stock OEM units, go ahead and power the parking lights on. If you happen to see the parking light does not work on your stock OEM unit, I would advise that you might need to check your parking light fuse for your headlights for that one side that's not working, to make sure the fuse has not been blown. However, if everything is working on your stock unit, please help us document the result in terms of you connecting and showing that the stock unit, the parking light on the Boomerang LED works, while on the depot unit, when you plug it right back in, the depot unit, the parking light Boomerang does not work. And that way we have the evidence to show our vendor to work out the warranty with them to provide the instructions for you. So hopefully this video kind of clarifies what needs to be checked. And if that still doesn't work, please let us know in terms of the documentation that you can help record, so that we may work with our vendor to show what's going on your end, so that we can help you out with your claim. Thank you so much for your time.